recognized.
Mr. Speaker, let me just thank Chairman Meeks for his leadership. This is really an historic time, not for only this nation, but the world, for Ukraine. It's a time when we come together, not as Republicans or Democrats, but as Americans in strong support for the people of Ukraine. I also want to thank Congresswoman Victoria Spartz, who is from Ukraine and who knows this story firsthand and very passionately has told her story about what it means. A country that's endured Hitler, a country that's endured Stalin, and now a country that's enduring Mr. Putin and the Russian aggression. And as we stand here, Ukrainians are fighting for their country and for their very lives. Vladimir Putin has launched the largest attack in Europe since World War II. His war machine has unleashed a brutal barrage of missiles and rockets on innocent Ukrainian civilians. In fact, there are 40 miles just north of Kyiv of tanks and military weaponry that's getting ready to go in and encircle the capital city. But the people of Ukraine are inspiring the world with their bravery in the face of this, of Putin's evil and unprovoked attack. Fathers and mothers, teachers and shop owners, taxi drivers and students are all taking up arms, making Molotov cocktails, joining Ukrainian soldiers to defend their country. And they're standing in front of the tanks, seeing a child standing in front of a tank just like Tiananmen Square, and the images coming out that are sent around the world. So we can all witness this and this war against humanity and human rights, war crimes, and they're risking their lives to fight for freedom. And that's what this nation stands for, freedom and democracy. And despite the terror inflicted upon them by Putin's bombs and rockets, the Ukrainian people have courageously refused to relent. Vladimir Putin has underestimated them. He's underestimated their strength and their bravery, and the resiliency of the Ukrainian people has been an inspiration, really, for the world. We were told in our briefings, well, this will last 2 or 3 days, but they have stood up. And Putin needs to understand that he has miscalculated and that this will cost him at a very, very high price. He's underestimated the strength and bravery to his own peril. So I'm pleased that we were able to come together as not as Republicans or Democrats, as I said, but really as Americans, as we should, to express and send a strong message in support of the people of Ukraine and against this tyrant and this monster who is killing savagely civilians as I speak. And we've all seen the images of the women and the children and the refugees as they leave their fathers and husbands behind who are left to fight this war. This resolution really does one thing, to tell the world in one united voice that the United States of America stands opposed to oppression, that we stand with the people of Ukraine and we stand against Mr. Putin's aggression. We must ensure that Putin fails. And I believe long-term he will. I'm hopeful today that today's resolution will also lead to additional constructive bipartisan steps to properly arm the Ukrainians in any way possible. As they have told us, we don't need your troops, but we need your weapons to fight against the Russians. You know, there was a tweet that came out from a dead Russian soldier who sent a text to his mother saying, I thought they were going to welcome us, that we were liberating them. And yet I'm seeing Ukrainians and children being run over by our tanks. And he says to his mother, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen." He lies. He's deceptive. He lied to his own people that he's liberating these Ukrainians who are oppressed by the Russians. This is no liberation. This is not a liberation ceremony. This is tyranny at its worst and oppression. We need to continue to support them as long as even one Ukrainian citizen continues to stand up to Russia's tyranny. In February 1941, facing devastating bombing campaign by the Nazis, and we can see the parallels here. This is similar to Hitler invading Poland. When they talked about the Blitz, Winston Churchill made a direct plea to the United States for assistance, and it's timeless. It actually resonates today. He said, quote, "Put your confidence in us. We shall not fail or falter. We shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle, nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance or exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools we need, and we will finish the job." Mr. Speaker, this is what the Ukrainian people want. It's what they're asking for. It's what they need. And it's what the United States of America and our NATO allies will deliver. Today, facing the onslaught of Putin's missiles and tanks, the Ukrainian president, Zelensky, the most courageous leader as we have seen, who didn't run away from his country like President Ghani. He's in the bunker right now, knowing that his very life and his survival is on the line. He made the same plea to us. And today we have the opportunity to tell Ukraine that we have the confidence in them by supporting this measure, that we will give them the tools they need to finish the job. So let me once again thank the chairman. This is when the Foreign Affairs Committee is at its best, when we come together as Americans. As L.A. Dangle always said, partisanship stops at the water's edge, and I firmly believe that commitment as well. I urge my members to support this. I reserve the balance of my time.